everybody. Welcome to In the Now. Why am I dying? I'm laughing hard because I'm alive and I'm happy and I'm here on Friday on In the Now on Mytcntv to deliver somewhat, you know, relevant news. When I say somewhat, because not all some of this news is not going to be relevant to you, right? Some of you won't care. But I try to, like, as usual, give a little bit of a mix and a blend of different things. Some of my content is very serious. Some of my content would be considered fluff by many. But at the end of it, guess what? We need to use this meeting to get information across. I do try to deliver it in a way that, yes, you know what, it may seem a little fluffy. But there's usually like I always, at the beginning of the show, I would really have to put it out there. Please, people, when you are taking in information from any media source, start to form your own opinions. Don't become polarized by the information. Don't just be like, oh my God, it's Trump. I hate Trump. I hate Trump. I hate Trump. Trump. Hate. Because you put all that attention on him. I have some people in my life who love a CNN. They love it. They just love it because all they do is talk about Trump and all the trippiness. Stop feeding the beast, people, okay? Information that you're going to take it and learn something from it. Something that's going to help you. We all need our dumbed down shows. We all need it. Like, I used to like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Dave, what do you like that's foolish? Oh, I have a few for him. He likes like Marvel Comics everything. Right? Like, it's light. Anisha, what about you? What do you do for light? What's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure? It has to be Glee.
Okay, I'm not going to say what she said. It's embarrassing. But no, because Glee, a lot of people like Glee. See, it's light, but most of the time, you know what?
Family Guy.
Family Guy is not light. That's very political.
But it's funny.
And hilarious. So obviously, I'm a new show. Something I should have been doing anyways. Got to support. If you haven't, good thing about working for a newspaper / television is you can kind of like sometimes Jim Screech news from them. So make sure though, obviously, Jim Screech, I said it. Toronto Caribbean, guys, pick it up this week. Okay? Toronto Caribbean newspaper. Every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. Make sure you guys get that. If you guys can get the news from me, you can definitely get it from here. All right, so let's talk Omarosa. Let's just get into it. So this idiot, one of Trump's, I guess they said, closest aides has claimed to reveal the president's secrets, and there are plenty. I posted this morning, and someone said to me, oh my God, this is kind of my guilty pleasure, Simone. So I said, you know what, I promised her that I'm not going to give away too much, but I figured, you know what, and I'm not even trying to sell this dummy's book. What I'm really trying to do is let you guys, again, just see how people, how the media works. It's always important to understand with media. So Unhinged by Omarosa Menegal Newman consists of attacks on the physical and mental health of the president. It also includes other allegations and comments on his life, from his personal to the very broadly political. So Omarosa served as Trump's friend and aide for many years. Of course, you guys remember The Apprentice, a relationship that actually started there and then it carried on into the White House, where she works as his diversity advisor. Why? Because she's black. And saw some of the most intimate workings of the Trump administration, okay? So this girl had her in. I have a quick video for you to take a look at, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what happened in this video.
I had an opportunity to go out in Los Angeles and sit down with the person who actually has a copy of the tape. And I heard his voice as clear as you and I are sitting here.
You have heard the tape?
I have heard
since
the
publication
tape.
of this book?
Absolutely.
So you know it exists?
And I know it exists, but I have heard for 2 years that it existed, and once I heard it for myself, it was confirmed what I feared the most, that Donald Trump is a con and has been masquerading as someone who is actually open to engaging with diverse communities. But when he talks that way, the way he did on this tape, it confirmed that he is truly a racist.
So I spoke with Anisha, and Anisha's like Simone, some of this news. She's like, because I asked my team about my script sometimes. So I come in there to prepare things, and she's like, some of this stuff is old. And of course it is. Why are people still talking about it like we don't already know? Let's go some of the stuff. So The most troubling, as we saw in the video, and shattering revelation, I don't know why it's so shattering, of the entire book is Omarosa's claim about the so-called N-word tape. That man's been throwing around the N-word for years. No surprise. Just because we haven't heard it doesn't mean it's not being said. Speculation? No. Really? Now this is just proof to it. Like, we knew this. So this recording, which she alleges exists, includes audio of Mr. Trump using the racial slur coming right at like the end of it. So I guess it's something at the tail end. So what are some of the things she talks about in this book? So she talks about his mental health is suffering. We didn't know this. These are her words, I seriously began to suspect that the president was delusional or had a mental condition that made him forget from one day to the next. Was Donald, like Ronald Reagan, impaired while everyone around him ran the show and covered up for him? Was Mike Pence his Nancy Reagan with the same vapid, adorning looks? Wow, she went in. She continues on to say, while watching this interview, I realized that something real and serious was going on with Donald's brain. His mental decline could not be denied. Many in the White House didn't notice it as keenly as I did, because I know him way back then. They thought Trump was being Trump off the cuff, but I know that something was wrong. Boo-boo, if you watch CNN, we all know that something's wrong. That's not, you don't need to be like a close and personal friend to know this man has some issues. She describes his unhealthy habits. His terrible health habits have caught up with him, she writes. His refusal to exercise except for golf, his addiction to Big Macs and fried chicken, his daily tanning bed sessions. He prefers to do it in the morning so he looks good all day. The man's orange. We know he tans. We know that's not healthy. She then goes on, sorry, let me make sure I say this correctly. Not healthy for his skin. All right. She then goes on to list a whole other ways he has abused his own body, eating terribly, drinking Diet Coke at least 8 cans a day. So she says in the book that she didn't initially know that he was racist. So let's take another look at Mrs. Omarosa.
Switching to politics now, and President Trump condemning all racism just one day before the anniversary of those deadly clashes in Charlottesville. This amid new tensions with a once trusted White House aide, Omarosa Manigault-Newman. She's now accusing the president of, quote, wanting to start a race war. ABC's Tara Palmieri with the president in New Jersey.
Tonight, on the eve of the anniversary of the deadly protests in Charlottesville that shocked the nation, President Trump is calling for unity. Tweeting, the riots in Charlottesville a year ago resulted in senseless death and division. We must come together as a nation. I condemn all types of racism and acts of violence. Peace to all Americans. A year ago, the president was heavily criticized for his response to the clashes.
We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. On many sides.
Taking 48 hours to call out hate groups by name.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists.
Guys, I don't know. I'm going to leave it at there. Again, I need you guys to be putting sometimes your thinking caps on when you're watching the news and seeing this stuff. So she goes on to say that I was in the Oval with Donald, and he picked up an article about George Conway's counterpunch and ranted, would you look at this George Conway article? The effing flip. Disloyal effing goo-goo is what she said he said. So I was told later that goo-goo and flip are an acronym for effing little island people. Racial slurs for Filipinos. George Conway is half Filipino, and I had no idea what he meant when he said these words. She had no idea what any of these words meant. This intelligent-ass woman had no idea. Okay, the last one that we're going to talk about before we go to break, and I'll come back with a few more of the little tidbits from Mrs. Omarosa. She says that Melania attacks her husband through her clothing. I just think Melania is an idiot. Everyone remembers this jacket. I really don't care, do you, that she wore to meet immigrant children. I don't think she has the common sense to really like attack him that way. I think Omarosa is giving this woman way too much credit. Taken as a whole, all of her style, Omarosa says, rebellions have served the same purpose, and not only misdirection and distraction, strategies her husband knows all too well. I believe Melania uses style to punish her husband. Again, Omarosa's giving this gal way too much hype. This girl's stupid. There's no way. She's just dumb. Sorry. She is. That's our first lady. No, not my first lady. Their first lady. Anyhow, when we come back, we'll go over a few more wonderful little things from Mrs. Omarosa's book. And then we're going to talk about a press release that came out in Toronto by Miss Mitzi Hunter last night. See you guys soon.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to In the Now. I didn't even have music to dance to. To be honest with you guys, I'm actually overtired. I'm so tired. I was up getting some information for the show for you guys today. Welcome to In the Now. Welcome to In the Now. If you are just joining me, we have been talking about Miss Omarosa, who's all of a sudden decided to snitch, even though she was all about that lifestyle before she got fired. So I went over a list of things that she's kind of included. I'm not doing everything because I want to give the whole book away, but this is kind of some of the fun stuff that stuck out. You can get more details by getting the book. I'm not supporting the book. I'm just saying if you really want the details, you have that option. So this one I thought was hilarious. And I think I'll just say it and drop the video. So Donald Trump can't really read. It's not.
It's long.
It is long.
It's very long.
It is long. I would like you to read just the monetary damages section, starting at the number 1 in the middle of the page. Just there. The rest of that, and to the end of that, it continues on the next page. And tell me what you think, reading that, you as the landlord are entitled to get from the tenant in the event of a tenant breach.
I'm going to read what's in dispute, what's in question, and you'll see this. It's IN 8, 212F, 8 USC, 1182F.
In the way of damages.
I don't have my glasses. I mean, I am at a disadvantage because I didn't bring my glasses. This is such small writing.
All right, well, well, if the witness can't actually physically read the language,
I
that's
mean,
a problem.
it's very small writing.
I
can make it out. Do you want me to try?
Well, We can have,
Let's
you know
just
what
do it.
we can do? We can have a bigger copy made of these pages.
Let
and
me
we'll
try.
come
Let me
back to
just do it.
All right, I have to place on the record a hearty objection.
So I'm not saying he can't read. These are not my words. These are hers. She says that he is not wholly illiterate, but reads at an 8th or 9th grade level. And actually on Jimmy Kimmel, they did like, I guess the presidents have to take some type of test to see what their level's at. And apparently Barack Obama was at a grade 9, which doesn't make sense because I'm like, how do you end up at Harvard? But then again, it's like masonry. Okay, so, but still, like some of these people are like, the highest was Hoover had the highest reading level. That was grade 12. And Donald Trump apparently is at grade 4. So he struggled to read the documents he needed to, and she says that he has never read from beginning to end of any major piece of legislation, policy, or even some of these executive orders that he has signed. He gets away with it because of his charisma and street smart, she says. So, again. Oh, yeah, I want to say hi to the my IG watchers. I forgot to do that. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining in to In the Now on Mytcntv. You're probably just catching the end. If you want to get the rest, you can go to YouTube, Facebook. You guys know the deal. So, let's move on to, let's see, what do we got? Yes, immediate release. So, I'm actually going to read this because we received this last night. I actually want to big up Miss Alyssa for sending me this and shipping it over to me because this is the stuff that's in the now, and it's very relevant for Toronto. So, enough is enough. Gun violence must end, allowing municipalities to ban the sale of ammunition. So, last month, the City of Toronto passed a motion calling on the federal government to ban the sale of handguns within the city and the province, to ban the sale of handgun ammunition in Toronto as well. This comes shortly after another shooting occurred in the city, costing the lives of 2 young women. So, yesterday, Mitzi Hunter, MPP for Scarborough-Guildwood, introduced a private member's bill calling on the provincial government to allow municipalities to ban the sale of ammunition within their boundaries. This bill, if passed, allows the provincial government to do its part to stop the violence in our communities. Joined by Nathalie Desrosiers, MPP for Ottawa-Vanier, MPP Hunter spoke on behalf of Scarborough residents. She met with Monday expressing growing concerns in the community surrounding gun violence. So, this year alone, Toronto has registered 228 shootings and 29 gun deaths, up from 205 shootings and 17 gun homicides this time last year. The Ontario Liberal Caucus is committed to working with all parties in the legislature to secure speedy passage of this bill and permit the end of the sale of handgun ammunition in Toronto. A multifaceted approach to tackling gun violence is needed, one that works together with all levels of the government, federal, provincial, and municipal, local police authorities, communities, and invest in support for children and youth. I'm going to pause to take a drink because that was a lot of information. Take that all in. I'm going to do a few quotes. The first one, much better, is by Miss Mitzi Hunter herself. So, the time to act is now. We cannot stand by and watch another family lose a life to gun violence. Recent incidents of gun violence in our city is deeply disturbing and should be an issue where we all stand united to take action. That's why I'm introducing a bill allowing municipalities to ban the sale of ammunition within their boundaries. There is more to do, but if the bill should pass, this is one step that can help make our streets safer. Okay? So the next quote is from Nathalie Desrosiers. Giving the power to municipalities to ban the sale of ammunition allows them to tailor their policies to the needs of their communities. Banning sale of ammunition is one of the many steps that can be taken to reduce gun violence, making it more difficult for gang members to purchase ammunition to load their weapons will help save lives. It also reduces the possibilities of suicide by firearms. This initiative is truly in the public's best interest. So we have two more. So we have Mr. Neil Price, who is the Associate Dean at the School of Social and Community Services at Humber College, and he is also the author of the Community Assessment of Police Practices Report on Carding. The banning of handgun ammunition in our city is an important step toward reducing gun violence. By limiting access to the lethal hardware that injures and takes lives, we can make our city safer for everyone. This is a straightforward and timely bill that contributes to a comprehensive approach to gun violence. I call on all members of the House to pass this bill at the earliest opportunity. And the final quote comes from a community leader and someone who I like to call Uncle Louie. So, the Zero Gun Violence movement throws full support behind any legislative initiative to address the gun violence crisis that is destroying the fabric of our city. Communities and families are paying a severe price in so many ways, as many are losing their lives. The gun violence crisis is not being addressed with a comprehensive proactive strategy, and this must change. MPP Mitzi Hunter's private members bill to restrict the purchase and sale of gun ammunition in Ontario is a bold initiative to help address the gun violence crisis. Passing of this bill has to be part of an overall comprehensive anti-gun violence strategy that also addresses the socioeconomic conditions which allows gun violence to become an option for so many. All levels of government have a leadership role to ensure the safety of all citizens from gun violence in Toronto, but across Ontario and Canada in total. The municipal government, it given the proper authority by the provincial government and directed by the passing of the bill, can help to reduce gun violence by restricting the purchase and sale of gun ammunition to those legislated for these transactions. And that, of course, is Louis March, who is the founder of the Zero Gun Violence movement. So I appreciate all of that was said, but there's a small problem with this. There are many ways to getting guns into this country. And you know what was interesting is that I found a video, and I'm going to show it and then say something quickly about why this bill, as great as it is to help Toronto here with the sales and restrictions, there are still other ways to get guns into this country. Let's take a watch of this video really quick.
Welcome to Canada. That's right. Boondong Bear and John's Wacky World came into Canada. But guess what? We didn't cross any borders. We didn't. We just drove here because we're on a Native American reservation, Akwesasne, land of the Mohawk. Here we are in Kanatakan, Canada. That's right, Kanatakan, Canada. And you can see the sign right over there, maximum. Can you see the sign? 40 kilometers per hour. A sign you will only see in Canada. So we drove right into Canada with no border crossing whatsoever because we are on Native American land. You can see the flag of the nation of Akwesasne, Kanatakan reservation. And can you see the Canadian Post Office? That's actually a real Canadian Post Office for Akwesasne. Right there. The real deal. That's right. No one brings you the adventure like John's Wacky World and Boondong Bear from the great nation of Canada, the city of Kanatakan, in the province of Quebec. We're in Quebec, aren't we? What province is this, John?
I don't know.
No, seriously. It's not Ontario anymore, is it?
We're in Canada, that's all I know.
Well, Canada's made up, I believe we're in Quebec.
Yeah.
How do we find this? Because I am the master of Google Earth. That's right. From Canada, Boondong Bear.
There's the flag up there.
Pretty sure we're in Quebec. In fact, I'm positive this is Quebec.
The Native American colors flying proudly in Canada.
In the city of Kanatakan.
So really quick before we go on our break. So this, I'm bringing this up because I have to bring perspective on the extent of what we're looking at here. So the Akwesasne I probably said it wrong, but I tried. Reservation where New York meets Ontario meets Quebec, and you can find a very small tip of Canada at the end of the peninsula, jutting out from the New York State. And that is in fact an area of a lot of smuggling and a lot of, they call it clandestine activity because of the open border. So the Native American First Nation people reservation, they have no international border there. And Mohawks are free to cross the border without any questions. So in Kanatakan, Quebec, some houses actually straddle the international border. So I'm just saying this to say that criminals are very ingenious. They come up with many different ways. And if this information, of course, again, is so open to someone like me, where I just wanted to, I know, well, first of all, I knew that there's other ways. Like, again, there's the black market that we have to take into consideration, right? There's so many different things we got to think about. So again, great plan. Thank you, Mitzi Hunter, and the rest of you for doing the rest. Uncle Lou, you're always on this, and we appreciate you. This problem is way bigger than we even know. This is going to take care of some of it, and thank God, but it's getting in anyways. So anyhow, guys, you can put your thoughts on that. Please comment, like, and share. What are your thoughts about this gun violence bill that they're going to come out with? Hopefully it can do some good for us. But again, there's other means. We'll see you guys soon. Come back. I have a little bit more for you. A little bit, you know, ties and fights in church. We'll talk about that soon on In the Now.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
I think I said it too late. So listen, I was conjuring. Okay, anyhow, so welcome back, guys. Some foolishness was happening behind the scenes, which is why I got surprised when I came back. So I'm about to take it to church. I'm taking it to church right now, but it ain't good. Run this video.
This has a lot more to do than just politics. New Era Detroit, they call it church accountability. Taking congregations to task for not serving the community in their estimation as those churches should. They say something doesn't add up when a pastor makes a lot of money, drives a luxury car, and yet the people who live near his church are in poverty. A scuffle inside the sanctuary after New Era Detroit protests during a worship service.
Let me go, man. Let's go.
Zeke, the leader of the group, offered no apologies for the dust-up at Great Faith Ministry Saturday, only the reasoning behind it.
This situation is bigger than just Wayne T. Jackson. This is about black churches and black pastors who live a lavish life on behalf of the people, and they're not giving back to their community.
He's referring to Bishop Wayne T. Jackson, the wealthy pastor that welcomed Donald Trump, drives a Rolls-Royce, and lives in a mansion. Zeke was there for the offering Saturday.
When they started the offering at $1,000, and then they said if you don't got $1,000, then do $300. And if you don't got cash, then we got ATM machines. I don't understand that logic. I don't understand that way of thinking, and I don't understand that to be what religion is.
New Era Detroit says the neighborhood surrounding Great Faith Ministries is by and large impoverished.
This guy has networks, churches, fancy cars, you know what I mean, $1 million houses, and there's babies in this community.
So, you know what? Actually, Dave was just saying, and he's true. So, I'm going to talk about New Era in a minute. Dave had a problem with this pastor that they speak of here. This is not the first incident that they've had with him. There's been a lot of standoffs, actually, with this gentleman, but there's a reason for that, as you guys can see. Like, this man is bawling. Trust me, this pastor, yeah, have money. And his problem is that the people around him are suffering. And this man's still asking for $1,000 in tithes. If you don't have 1,000, then you can give 300. If you don't have 300, then there's an ATM. Excuse you? So let's talk tithes for a second, okay? Don't let me have to take it to church. You guys know my parents are ministers. So let's talk about the fact that if you are a person who does tithe, remember, according to the Bible, you're only required to pay 10%. No, technically, 10% is what they say. So if you make $20 in a week, you only have to give 2. 10%. Am I right, guys? Did I do that math? Was that quick maths? Yes. So I was like, oh, I hope I didn't just throw the number wrong. People were like, Simone's an idiot, guys. She can't even count, brethren. Quick maths did it. So it's always interesting to read the verses sometimes in the Bible about tithing. And I find that they are conveniently utilized around like offering time. I swear it's almost manipulative, but I don't want to say that, but it kind of is. So let's just go through some chapter verses. My parents are going to love this. So Malachi 3:10, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts. If I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out blessings, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. So basically just give, because if you give, you receive, which is true. The more you give, the more you do receive. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're supposed to be giving to someone while he drives around a Rolls Royce and you can barely survive. 2 Corinthians 9:7, every man according to his purpose in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver. Around offering time. Remember, this is when these are saying these things. Luke 6:38, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye meet withal, it shall be measured to you again. Okay? And I'm only going through these verses because I want you guys to understand that sometimes, even in church, there's bad people. Not everybody who goes to church is a good person. It's just like saying not everyone who goes to church is a bad person. So you got to understand there is that balance of energies when you go to that church. There are some people who are really just taking from you guys, and they will use the Bible like media uses, social media, the platforms, to push an agenda. That agenda is driving a Rolls Royce, maybe. Just saying. Malachi 3:8, will a man rob God? Yet he have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offering? All right, so let's see why the New Era Detroit was like, bump all this, take your Bible scriptures and push it. New Era Detroit is bringing back black love and unity, one man, one woman, one child at a time. Our work, or their work, is focused on planting a new mindset of accountability within the community, as well as preparing young people to positively contribute to the growth and development of the neighborhoods. These people are really just trying to defend their people. Like, they see, this is why they've had so many clashes with this pastor, is because they see that he is taking advantage. Like, the people are suffering around him, and this man is running around bawling. So They've established groups that demonstrate key concepts and action that support their community goals. Community engagement for them is foundation. They build community relationships that develop organic bonds, which lead to trust and understanding within the people and within the community. They work towards economic empowerment by helping people achieve home and business ownership while supporting Black-owned businesses to unify the economic base. So I think it's like an amazing thing that they're doing. I really appreciate it, and I can see, you know what? Their means may not always be the greatest, but I can understand, again, that emotion. A lot of our people are very angry still. We are still dealing with a lot of anger, and it does come out, especially when you're fed up. Trust me, if you push any animal, child, man, woman into a corner, they're gonna attack. They have to, either attack or cower. But these people are angry, right? And rightfully so. So if you're interested in more that New Era Detroit does, you can visit neweradetroit.com. So to my group out there in Detroit, y'all keep defending the people. Again, not everyone in church is good. Not everyone out of church or in church is bad. But the ones who are bad needs to be called out, and they are being called out. And I appreciate people for doing that. So next on our list is we're coming back to Toronto. So we might be getting a new holiday, guys. It's going to be called the Residential School Statutory Holiday. And I have a quick video about the importance of this holiday.
Residential schools are one of the darkest chapters in Canadian history, and the government doesn't want you to forget. So it's now in talks with Indigenous groups about creating a national statutory holiday recognizing that chapter.
I think it's a good step forward as long as everybody uses it responsibly. It's not a day to go out and use it for partying and such like that.
Fraser Whiteduck doesn't need to be reminded of Indian residential schools. Both his parents and grandparents are survivors. He now works as a cultural ambassador and tour guide here on Victoria Island. He says the legacy of residential schools impacts his life every day.
Spiritually, it's taken a toll on me. I have anger issues that I work with, that I try my best to be a man, to be today a warrior.
The idea for a statutory holiday comes from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. It's one of the Commission's 94 calls to action. The government says it intends to follow through on the call. Call to Action 80 asks the Government of Canada to establish a national day for truth and reconciliation to honor the survivors of residential schools. That's exactly what we will do, and we will do that in partnership with Indigenous.
Like the young man said in that, this holiday would obviously let's go through the importance of this. So residential schools were government-sponsored religious schools established to assimilate Indigenous children into Euro-Canadian culture. So residential schools were government-sponsored religious schools established to assimilate, did I just say that? I'm sorry. I read this thing twice. I think I'm tired. So the 60s scoop is a painful but little understood chapter of the Canadian history. Let me go into really quickly what the 60s scoop is. It's very similar to residential schooling. It's actually tied in really close to residential schooling. So this so-called scoop happened between the 1960s and the 1980s and saw thousands of Aboriginal children taken from their homes by child welfare service workers. I hope you guys are hearing that. Child welfare service workers, and placed with mostly non-Aboriginal families. In some cases, children were sent to live with families in other provinces, in the United States and the UK. Often, this was done, though, without even the consent of the parents. So some of these kids were just taken, and the parents weren't told. They were just taken. Not all provinces will adopt this holiday, okay? So Saskatchewan government has stated that just because they may not adopt the holiday, it does not mean that they don't respect the importance of it. I don't know. Canada really belongs to them. So Saskatchewan, I don't know what to say. There's a lot of things. Canada has a really nasty history. It does. And it's you know, the Native Indians, the Aboriginals, the Africans in Canada at the time. There's so much that has happened here. A holiday, okay. Some money, okay. There's still a lot of people still living in pain and dealing with transgenerational trauma. So I don't know if this is going to help anything. But, you know, I'm just giving you guys news. So Next segment, guys, we've gotten through all the rough stuff. We're going to be talking about what we can do this weekend. We're still summer. We're still in the summer, so there's still a lot of events, a lot of things happening. I'll see you guys soon on In the Now.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN-TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN-TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
So, why am I bubbling? So tonight, guys, there's a lot going on. There's so much going on tonight and tomorrow, this weekend in general. But first, the world's biggest Afrobeat and Afro-pop superstars will hit the main stage at the 2nd annual Africa All-Star Music Fest. And that is happening, I believe, tonight. I should have known this. It is tonight. I know, it's not terrible. It's tonight. What's wrong with me? Anyways, guys, big things are happening. So let's talk about it first. Now I'm going to go through some of the names because for those in our African community here, this is a big deal. So the African All-Star Music Fest aims to unveil, empower, and highlight African talent at home and across the globe. Anthony Adelive of, I can't even see, I should wear my glasses, of, so it's K-P-O-P-S-Y. How would I say that? Popsy? I wouldn't say the K is silent, because you can't say Kapopsy. So just say Popsy, right? All right, Popsy Entertainment Inc. says, with the global impact of the African music scene, it is very important that we continue to bring the world's biggest African acts to Canada to perform their chart-topping hits for their fans here. African music celebrates culture, diversity, and the creativity within our people. African music is a lifestyle, and it is our goal to create unforgettable experiences between the fans who attend our concerts and the artists that they love. We can't wait to share some of the surprises we have in store for everybody at the second annual Africa All-Star Music Fest. So what do they have in store for you guys? So there is going to be the headliners. So Kelly Anthony and Mr. Slim Flex, who we had on our show here, two Toronto's top Afrobeat artists, will hit the stage with performances to get the evening started. So the program includes some of the city's best MCs and DJs, MC Bondi, AJ Styles, DJ Havel, King Busy, TK Smooth, BJ Mojito, I need one of those right now, and DJ Empire, who will carry us on throughout the night. So this is going to be a party. Who is down here? All right, I'm going to apologize about the names if I messed them up ahead of time. I'm going to apologize now, and then I don't have to keep apologizing after each name. My North American tongue. Okay, so Yemi Alade, Nigerian, and she is the winner, Best Female MTV African Music Awards 2015 and 2016. So this is a big, big time artist coming down here. Alikiba from Tanzania, the winner of the Best International Act MTV Europe Music Awards in 2016. So Falls the Bad Guy, Nigeria. What's wrong with the name? I like that. Falls the Bad Guy. Winner, Best International Act BET Awards 2016. Sheba Karungi, Uganda. Winner, Video of the Year for the MTV Music Awards 2016. DJ Spinel from Nigeria. Winner, DJ of the Year City People Entertainment Awards. That's in 2017. Zahara from South Africa. Winner of the Best Female South Africa Music Awards in 2014. Nanzo Amandi, Nigerian, winner of the Choice Male Vocalist Nigerian Teen Choice Awards in 2017. Go ahead, young man. And Nsoki from Angola, winner, Best Artist of the Year, African Entertainment Awards in 2016. So as you can hear, they're not just, we have some big headliners coming down, big people coming down here to give us a show. So let me tell you where you guys can get all this stuff from. So there's a flyer here that I have for you. There's a super early bird special that they had. Sold out, missed it, sorry guys. But there are early bird tickets on sale still for only $40. The general admission tickets are on sale for $50, and VIP tickets are on sale for $70. You guys can go to www.ticketgateway.com. You can put in the event name, and this is, of course, 19 years and over, and the doors open at 9 o'clock p.m. I'm going to call out Africans right now. Probably don't go there at 9 o'clock p.m. No, I shouldn't say that. Get there at 9 o'clock p.m. Get there at 9 o'clock p.m., guys. The show must start on time. No black people time. Stop this. Stop it. Let the show start at 9 o'clock. Just saying, we had an experience. Okay. So what's happening? Tomorrow, the All African People's Revolutionary Party Toronto chapter is having their Pan-African Women's Day. Dave and I went last year. It was kind of cool. Yeah. So this is from them. I'm going to read it because I loved what they wrote. So, Mighty Daughters and Sons of Mama Africa and the Caribbean. The AAPRP soulfully invites you to join us to celebrate Pan-African Women's Day, to celebrate the astounding contributions of African Black women on Saturday, August 18th from 3:30 p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. at the Jamaican Canadian Association, and that's 995 Arrow Road in North York. Brothers, soulfully welcome. The theme, divided by colonial borders, united by history and culture, Africa must unite. And it's going to be featuring a panel discussion led by the Sis Stars. I liked how she said that, not sisters, Sis Stars, about the earth-shattering success of the Black Panther movie, Sisters minding each other's business. There'll be like some business presentations from Black women who own their own successful companies. There'll be a lot of networking. There's going to be cultural performances, vibrant vendors with products and food, obviously, because you know us Black people love our food. Come out and support the community. It's a free event, but donations obviously are welcome because we need to help our community groups hold events like this. There's always cost to this type of stuff. So even if, you know, come in and drop out a 5, a 10, that'd be nice, right? So bring your positive vibes, bring your mama, your baba, your sisters, your brothers, your friends, spread the word. You can go on Facebook to AAPRP. They have a Facebook page, the Toronto chapter, because they have a larger, it's a huge organization. So if you just put in AAPRP, you may not get the information you need. You have to go to Toronto chapter, okay? They also have a website, which is AAPRP. Hold on, I've got to get back down to it. There we go. At Outlook.com. The Toronto chapter AAPRP Toronto chapter at Outlook.com. If you have any questions, you want to email them. So, finally, guys, finally. This afternoon, I'm hoping to get down to catch some of this. It's Emancipation Month, as many of you know, and they're having their flag-raising ceremony at City Hall. I found a clip from last year, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of the vibe of the event.
Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats.
Thank you for choosing us. We thank you for giving us a mark, Father God, that we cannot shake. We thank you for giving us a calling, Father God. Brother Simba, please.
Marcus Garvey Day 2018 is going to be at Toronto City Hall. This special ceremony has a special award, the Flag of Heroes Award for freedom fighters. Valerie Steele, special performance segment curated by Masani Montague of Rasta Reggae Festivals. The official lineup will be on the event page. Come on time to witness the 3rd annual Pan-African Flag Rising, which will happen in the early part of the presentation. Then afterwards, at about 2:00 p.m., they're going inside City Hall to experience the Emancipation Your Art Gallery, curated by Del Shades, and a panel discussion featuring Adrian Saute-Hales, Netu Souza-Reese, and Masani Montague, and so much more is going to be happening. Oh yeah, afterwards there's a free concert. So you know, listen, there's so much happening down there. Mr. Chronix, I should have gotten a video to end this. And you know what, guys? It's just another day in the 6. There's a lot going on tonight. I have to teach during the day, but I'm definitely going to be getting down there to get into a part of a lot of what's going on. So, guys, thank you again. Again, I want you guys to, not everything in here you guys are going to like. You may not be able to watch the whole thing, but share this with someone who might be interested in this conversation. Like, share, comment. We really want the community to be commenting on this information. We want to hear from you. We also want to be getting news from you. So feel free to pass on any news. You can email me at simone@carib101.com if there's something you want me to talk about, if there's something that you're concerned about. I'm even going to have days where I have people from the community come in and sit down, not just like, you know, people who have to talk about things that they're doing, but just like some people with angst, like your anxieties and issues. So contact me, comment, like, share. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Go out there and have fun. Be safe. Keep your mind open. Keep your mind non-polarized. Filter your information, guys, and do what's good for you each and every day. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Thank you.